Final segment with Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. We'll take some more of your calls, and we have another guest coming up, a reporter, to break down evidence of manipulation and tampering. By the way, we have Karl Rove, a clip coming up where he just talks about the fact they had a gentleman's agreement with all the key caucuses there and decided that Santorum came in second. Wait till I play that clip. I played it on the nightly news last night, but I'll get to that coming up in the next hour. Dr. Roberts, we were going to break there, and you were bringing up the fact that the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Curtis LeMay, of course, L.L. Lemnitzer on record, they wanted Northwoods. And it turns out that one of their chief adjuncts became the boss of Dick Cheney, and they all learned about COG and taught George Herbert Walker Bush about how great martial law could be to bring in a takeover. Probably. Yeah.
Well, I think we kind of covered that. You wanted to get on to the economy.
Yes, just briefly. What do you see there?
Well, there can't be a recovery because the economy has been moved offshore. And we have very high unemployment. We have a huge employment deficit over the last 10 years. And so far, the dollar is holding together because the government has been operating against the bullion markets. And it's using all this hype about a European debt crisis to keep the euro down. But you've got to figure what do they do when the economy worsens, the unemployment rises, the tax revenues fall more, the deficit gets bigger. They've got to be able to sell these bonds somewhere. And if there's no market for them, then the Federal Reserve buys them. That is, it monetizes them. It creates new money to pay for them. Sooner or later, all that new money will find its way into the economy and drive up prices, or else the constant monetization of debt will cause the rest of the world to give up on the dollar. And this, in my view, is the real check on Washington's power, or on the power of those pulling the strings. At some point, there's going to be too many dollar claims for the value of the dollar to support it. And it's going to bite the dust. And when that happens, so does the power of Washington. And I think that is a more likely thing to curtail the developments that we don't like than any sort of internal political reform.
But they still have their nuclear weapons, and Israel has them, and in the final equation, that's what is being counted on here, is just holding everybody hostage.
I'm actually in the process of writing about the economic outlook for this new year. I interrupted it to come onto your program, but this article will soon be posted on my site, paulcraigroberts.org. And if it's not up, it'll probably be up tomorrow, assuming I'm able to finish writing it. And I'm going to go through all the aspects that have essentially destroyed the economic capability of the economy and ruined the prospect for at least 90% of the American population. And when your own government and your own corporations and your own pundits and your own economists do this to you, you really don't have a whole lot of reason to be loyal to them.
Yes, and they're building a giant armed camp against us. They treat us like they're enemies. I mean, this is, or not even like they're enemies, like we're cattle and they're wolves. Well, I guess we're just their prey.
You can see this very well in the attitudes of local police toward local citizens.
It is really out of control, and of course those local police are helping go along with the destruction of their own system. A lot of police are waking up. Dr. Roberts, congratulations on launching your site. We'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you, Alex. I enjoy being with you.
Enjoy having you. Have a great new year. Into 2012. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back in a moment. We've got a big show tonight, by the way. We're going to look at government-developed cancer viruses with the top expert, InfoWars Nightly News, 7 o'clock tonight.
You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join prisonplanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.